Well, hello there, and welcome back to Don't Blame Mondaze, a Better Me podcast where we focus on self-care, self-awareness, and my favorite, self-improvement. I am Lisa McClendon, international recording artist, and I love having conversations about self-improvement because I know what it has done for me personally. This is episode 8. This is it. This is the season finale, episode 8. And I wanted to end with episode 8 because 8 is the number of new beginnings. And it is my hope that after you have experienced this podcast, these last 8 episodes, you are inspired to go out and start your new beginning because you deserve it. But before we start this episode, let's kick it off with a story. So many years ago, my family and I were a part of a ministry in Carolina. And I first started out as one of the youth workers, and I was serving under the youth pastor. But I was also Lisa McClendon, recording artist, and it was no secret, and it was very welcomed, and it was known. It was made known that, hey, we have Lisa McClendon here at our ministry. She's helping here. But it was also made known that they really wanted me to have a big role on the praise team. And so I eventually became a part of the praise team, I want to say at some point. And one day I was asked to have a meeting with the pastor and his team. It may have been just his wife. And so we walk into this nice office and everybody has a smile and very warm and welcoming. And I've been serving on the part of the youth ministry. I love working with kids, and I work with kids now. And so we come and we sit down, and mind you, I'm still Lisa McClendon. I'm singing and performing and traveling still, and but my home is at this local ministry in Carolina. And so we sit down, and the pastor goes, we love you being here, da 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 da, and we want to offer you the position as our worship leader. And so I'm thinking, oh, okay, it makes sense. I'm a singer, I'm here, so it made sense to me. And then he goes on to give me the amount that they want to pay me, and it is a sizable amount. It is a blessing, y'all. It is a blessing. But at the same time, I have made friends with some of the people on the praise team, and and I'm allowing them to share with me their personal gripes about how they have been wanting to be the praise and worship leader. Now, this is before I even knew that I was going to be offered this position, but they were sharing their grievances about how they had been loyal to this ministry and they really wanted to be the new worship leader. And here I am sitting in this office being offered the position that many other people that I know personally have been fighting for. And I feel like I have not fought for this position. This has been effortless, in the sense of compared to what they've been doing, over the last several months or years or whatever. I was just simply being Lisa McClendon. And because I was being Lisa McClendon, this ministry wanted to offer me this job as the new worship leader with this amazing pay. And he said to me, your name alone is going to draw the people. And I was offended. I was offended that not only are you giving me a salary and a position that your other people that have been here are fighting for and have been loyal to you for, you're also giving me this position because of my name. You said that my name is going to draw people. Well, let's just say, because of all of those dynamics, I turned the position down and I walked away. So today we're going to talk about turn down for what? Turn down for what? And this is the last episode for this season. I hope to return back next year. 2023 is on its way. But this is the last episode for this season, and I really struggled with what in the world I was going to end this season with, because I had something really, really special lined up for this last episode, and it fell through. And I was like, okay, God, like what are we doing now? Because I was bent on doing this. But I was chilling out and kind of thinking, like, what will we end this episode with? And I saw a post about Deion Sanders, prime time, if you will. And for those that don't know, I am a athlete's daughter. And so I was raised on prime time, Monday night football, Sunday night football, Monday night football, Thursday night football. I was raised on that, basketball, you name it. My dad watched it, one television in the house. You gonna watch what daddy watching. So I am a girl that loves sports. So Primetime has been doing his thing at Jackson State, and just really bringing some much needed attention and support to HBCUs. And I have loved every moment of when you look good, you feel good. When you feel good, you play good. And when you play good, they pay good. Love him. But I saw an interview with Primetime World where they asked, if you got an offer somewhere else, would you take it? And his response, if I recall it correctly, was in a heartbeat. In a heartbeat, because I have people to take care of. I have people that are counting on me. I have people that need to be paid what they're worth. And unfortunately, where we are now, this is a sacrifice of love. And I'm paraphrasing now, but I believe his position at Jackson State, and his staff's position was a sacrifice of love. They saw a need, they stepped in, they did what they needed to do, they did it well. And then other people took notice and said, hey, can you come here and do the same thing? And in the words of R. Kelly, which are kind of cringe to say this, but is perfect to say, I don't see nothing wrong. I don't see nothing wrong with Primetime accepting this new offer at Colorado. Which brings me back to the story that I shared. One of the problems that I now know that I had was not honoring my name. That position came with a higher price tag, not just because of my experience, or shall I say, because of my name and the experience I brought with my name. And that ministry was trying to honor my name, and my ignorance wasn't able to receive the honor that came with the pay. Sometimes we don't give ourselves enough credit for the honor that we carry, because we don't think that we know enough, that we don't think that we've done enough. But what you've already done is more than enough. I must say that again. What you've already done is more than enough. I thought I was doing something so noble and so honorable and something so of great integrity by turning down this 6-figure job because I wanted to look out for other people because they had been there longer. Some of the moves that I believe we make in life, some of our moves are arrogant moves. And I call them arrogant because I believe that anytime God brings us an opportunity to be a blessing to us and we forego that opportunity or dismiss that opportunity because we call ourselves playing God or we call ourselves looking out for other people instead, that is us trying to play God. That to me is ego. Why would we turn down the blessings that God has for us because we feel like somebody else deserves the blessing more than we do? It's arrogant. One, because God doesn't make mistakes. And we don't know. Let's just go back to me. I don't know what God had in store for that other person. But I knew what God had for me. And it was right in front of me. And I turned it down. How many times have we walked away from sometimes what we waited for different reasons? Maybe your reason may have been different. Maybe you may be sitting there thinking, man, I would never walk away from an opportunity to look out for someone else. But maybe you walked away from an opportunity because you felt it was beneath you. But it was actually God's way of stretching you into greatness. Maybe you walked away from an opportunity because you didn't think you qualified. You didn't believe that you were ready or you were equipped. And the opportunity was right in front of you. Like the person said, it's yours. This is your opportunity if you want it. But imposter syndrome somehow knocked on the double doors of your mind and told you that you couldn't do this. You didn't qualify for this. So you didn't even try. You know, before I started this podcast, I struggled. Like, I want to say at least a good year and a half, 2 years, because I didn't think I qualified. I wasn't sure if I would be committed, if I would be consistent. I wasn't sure if I could continue to have something to say. As much as I talk, I wasn't confident in what I would say, my ability to get things across. And you know what? When I finally made the decision to just start, regardless of what, just make the move, there were many times that I recorded an episode and I would play it back and I did not like it. And I won't even tell y'all which episodes because I put them out anyway. I released them anyway because I was so determined not to allow my headspace to talk me out of being a blessing to even just one individual. One individual. Because sometimes we recall stuff. We recall ideas or creative moments or songs or whatever you do, product, whatever it is that you do. We will recall ideas and things because we feel like we won't get enough responses. Enough people won't get it. Not taking into consideration that one idea, that one product, that one creative moment could save the life of one person. Maybe one person needed to hear or see or experience your idea to be able to say, it's worth living for. Or, I should start my own business. Or, I should walk away from this abusive situation. The blessing is not always in the numbers. It just may be in the opportunity. And I remember one episode in particular, I played it back and I was like, there is no way I'm going to release this piece. And I made myself release it. I said, you will, and I cringed. I cringed because I felt like I needed to do some tweaks, and I felt like I was all over the place, and I knew I wasn't, but I'm like, well, what if people perceive that to be the case? What if they feel like, this doesn't make sense? I made myself release it. I made myself do it anyway. Because I had to get out of my headspace about what I knew God had given me. Because the only reason why I wasn't going to put it out is because of what I felt like what other people would say or what other people would think. And that was the exact reason for me turning down that job. I needed the money. That money would have been a great blessing in addition to my traveling as a recording artist to my family. But because of what other people said, and because I wanted to be the savior in someone's eye, I walked away from it. How many opportunities have you walked away from because of what you thought other people would think or say? How many posts have you reneged on? You post it and you take it down because of what you thought other people would think. I named this particular episode "Turned Down for What?" ? Because I want to end this season with this. I want to challenge you to not turn down every opportunity that God brings your way, regardless of how you feel, regardless of what you think you can or cannot do. Don't you turn it down. I remember this story, and I think I'll wrap up with this. This amazing woman by the name of, I'm gonna drop her name. I'm gonna do a name drop. I don't like doing name drops, but I'm gonna do a name drop because I'm honoring her. Her name is Anita Spencer. She has an amazing book, and if I can remember the book, I will definitely mention it. But she has a book that talks about walking in our shoes, walking in our greatness. And she told a story in one of her books about how she wanted this job. She was living in New York, and she wanted this job, I believe, with a record label. And she saw the opportunity, but she did not know all of the responsibilities or the requirements for the job. She knew that she could do it. She knew that if she got the role, she was going to kill it. But she was honest with herself and saying, I know I don't know this, and this. So instead of not applying for the job, she got up. She went to a nearby bookstore. She got the book and stayed up all night researching how to do the job. And then the next day, she went and interviewed for the job and got the job. Turned down for what? I challenge you to step up to what you know that you can do. You may not know it now, but you can know it. And as far as what other people think about your opportunity, it's none of your business. It's none of your concern. You are not God. It is not your job to bring them the opportunities destined for them. It is your job to receive the opportunities destined for you. So congratulations to Prime Time. And congratulations in advance, congratulations to you for stepping out and being great. Thank you guys so much for taking this ride with me on Don't Blame Mondays. It Better Me podcast. We did it. What episode is this? Whatever episode this is, but season 1 is over. This is the end of season 1. Hey, make sure you go back, check out some of the old episodes, share it with a friend. I hope I have inspired you to be better, because you are better. We are better. Love you guys so much, and I'll see you hopefully next season. And as always, you're welcome.